Good morning, everybody. This is Search Nav and Support here with our Sprint Retro for week 11 of fiscal year 24, quarter one. This iteration, our mascot was Jack Black as Bowser because he released a song called Peaches and everything is just peachy over here. And with that, I'll pass it to John.
Thank you so much. In this iteration, my main focus in my work was the language selector. I will do a demo right now of this awesome feature. Let me show it to you right now. Okay, can you see?
Yep.
Okay, so first of it, we have a handful of localized pages. In this case, we have team ops, we have sales, enterprise, and small business. The rest of the pages are not localized. That means that those pages will be in English as a default. Right now, I'm on the landing page, and this page is in English. And let's move, for example, to a localized page that is team ops. When we arrive to a localized page, this icon will appear and it will show us the available languages that page has. So in this case, we have English, French, German, and Japanese. Let's move to Japanese. And when we select a new language, the page will be updated. It will be redirected to the new Japanese page. We can see the URL here. And we can see the Japanese content in this team ops page. This language will be persisted in the browser. So if you go out and come back, you will see your Japanese page. The same thing happens to other pages. For example, if we go to another page that is also localized, in this case, enterprise, you will be redirected exactly to the Japanese page of the enterprise page. We can see the Japanese enterprise page, and if we change to French, it will be refreshed to French, and if we go to another localized page, you will go to the French version of that page. If we go back to a page that doesn't have localization, for example, jobs, oh, sorry, this is not in the review app, sorry. Let's move to install. Oh, yes, this page doesn't have localization, so the icon doesn't appear and the page will default again to English, as you may see here. It has other features like if we click here with the command key, we will be redirected to the French team ops page. So everything is connected. So the main focus here is to read the language, to read what is the preference of the user in the talking about language, and the pages that has localization will be shown to the user with their preferred language. And the ones that doesn't have localization will be default to English. I think that's it. Thank you so much. I will pass it over to Laura.
Thank you. I will also share my screen here. Okay, I guess I'll start with the navigation translation just to ride John's coattails a little bit. So as John was showing, he had translated, he had added this language selector here for translations, as long as you're on one of the pages that has translations available. So I'm on the enterprise page here on my review app. And if I switch to French, you'll see that the navigation is in French. So as soon as John and I merge our work together, you'll see these things available. I'll go to the Japanese, and I think sales is translated too. That little flash is gone in some of the work John's been doing. But yeah, you'll see that it remembers whatever cookie or local storage has been set by John. That's the language that the navigation will show as well. So a lot of this work was thanks to John's heavy lifting and figuring out that path of which language should be shown based on whether a page is available in those languages and whether a user has selected a language already or otherwise default to English. And then a few of the other pieces I worked on is I translated the small business page So that's available in French, Japanese, and German. I applied some templates to the remaining of our topics pages that still had an outdated template. So that's been applied to anything that was still the old topics. So like 5 or 6 pages there. So I was able to delete all of the old components out of our repo, which was kind of nice. I also migrated our executive group page over to the new repo and used the same template for our board of directors as well. So these have little pop-ups with information about each of our board of director members. And then, yeah, I already showed that. That's it for me. I will stop sharing here and I will pass it over to Miracle.
Thank you. So this iteration, I started off by, I released a new nav that had a couple of hot fixes. And then I also, let me share my screen. We had a bug in our partner CTA. It was mostly just styling. I just moved these 2 links down below. They are right next to the apply button before. I also verified that our marketing cookie is actually on the marketing site, so we can use that now to tell whether or not a user is logged in on the product side, which is very exciting. I also migrated over our contact page from the dub repo to buyer experience. And then I made these 2 new components for our newsletter form and our security notices. So those will be easy to populate on other pages as we see fit. I also worked on the translations for the free trial page so that they're in Japanese, French, and German. And that was all for me. I'll go ahead and stop sharing and pass it to Trevor.
Awesome, thanks. So for me, this iteration, I completed the DevSecOps survey landing page design QA. So it's been great working with Margaret on that and getting it to a good place. Happy to share that over to this group if you want to take a look at where it's at. But yeah, really happy with the outcome on that. Also worked through an FAQ section for the DevSecOps World Tour page. So this was an addition that came after the fact, but really great addition to provide more context in a certain format for potential attendees of these events. Some other work that I was in that did get deprioritized. So incubation engineering, that's digital experience, as well as the trusted by section on the homepage. So spent some time through that, but this has been parked for now to prioritize some other items. Continuing to work through a few items here. So the page search, free trial landing pages, replacing discuss the comment section on the blog with a link to our forum, as well as getting pretty deep into the AI machine learning digital experience, which will take up probably the majority of my time going forward. But yeah, those are the other things that I've been in during this iteration. So yeah, I can pass it over to Miguel.
Thank you, Trevor. Gonna share my screen real quick and hope I don't freeze. And yeah, so for this iteration, I started with a bug fix, a visual bug we had in the navigation, which made the buttons at the bottom of the dropdown fade slower. That was fixed and released yesterday. So that was for the navigation. I also helped creating this schema for the topics pages, which is now being injected into these pages. So it helps crawlers position our page better. I also help with a translation. So I translated the topics DevOps platform page, which is now in French, Japanese, and German. And I also helped migrating 2 pages over from the dot repo, which are the company vision page that has been deployed already, and the communication preference center, which is still under review, but hopefully will get out today with this nice little form. And that was it. But that was it for me for this iteration. I'll pass it back to Lauren.
Wow. Good work, team. That's such a big iteration. I am so proud of everyone. And we're going to wrap it up there. And we got one more iteration after this. So let's go, team. Bye.